Now let's hear from Mike Greer, who's going to look at the residential growth and where he fits in. And understand, Mike, that you've expanded yourself. You've taken a new span on it. Mike Greer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to apologise for not calling you back from the message you left on my phone 3 weeks ago. And also, I've got baby brain at the moment. I've got 3 kids under 5, so the PowerPoint's at home somewhere. I guess it's quite nice being asked to talk here, actually. The residential guys normally get left behind in these kind of things. Normally commercial developers and commercial builders take over, so it's very nice to be able to speak here. Thank you. Just want to talk a wee bit about my company to start with. We're the largest privately owned residential builder in New Zealand. Last year we built over 600 houses, and this year we'll build over 800. We employ over 200 staff in Canterbury and thousands of subcontractor staff as well. I guess it's quite humbling to know that what we do impacts on all of those personnel. Just the earthquakes of 2010 and 11 really have impacted everyone's lives, and I've seen that myself with my staff and my friends and family. So we have a duty to rebuild the city as well as we possibly can. Migrant Homes is really committed to affordability and accessibility in its housing stock. It's imperative that we build things as attainable as we possibly can. The largest market is the cheapest possible house we can build, and we need to build new houses at that level where everyone can afford a new house. So just talking about the inner city, the inner city has some pretty big obstacles and prospects as well, I guess. And it's going to be really difficult, but I think what we need is we need the government, Sarah, Christchurch City Council, and the private sector really dedicating themselves to making a best possible outcome for the central city. I saw with the stats up there earlier, people wanted a wider mix of properties, and I think that's exactly right. We need to cover as many bases as we possibly can with the inner city residential product, and then we need to work out what is the best. So what the market wants the most, because that's the only way we're going to bring back people into the city is building what they actually want the best, want the most. They might not be that commercially viable, but we'll see as we go. I think we probably need to do some partnerships with the likes of Housing New Zealand and other people as well to bring those social agencies, housing stock into some areas of the city as well. Right, so innovation. We've been working on a couple of areas of innovation the last few years. The main one that we're quite a long way through is parallel construction and parallel consenting. So this is when we build the houses the same time as the roading and civils network is being built. And it's pretty unusual for New Zealand. It's not really been done here before, but it's the main model in the rest of the world. So we're a little bit behind the 8 ball there. and along with parallel construction, obviously we need to parallel consent everything. So what this means is we get a level, we get a land developer, or we're the land developer, and we get a level platform, so where the houses go, and we box on and start building the houses while they're digging the roads and building everything around it. And what that does is that saves them an incredible amount of money on civils infrastructure holding cost, and it means that we can deliver houses to the market much, much faster. The current model of land development in Christchurch and New Zealand is the land developer comes in, buys a tract of land, builds all the roads and roading networks, plants it off with nice green grass, and then 6 months later a builder turns up and takes another 6 months to build a house. It's incredibly inefficient, and it costs the end user far too much money. So when we get in and we build the houses at the same time as they're building the roads, there's no massive infrastructure holding costs, the houses get built way quicker, and the end user gets a cheaper house. And along with that, obviously everything has to be consented in parallel. So what we do is we do a scheme plan for the whole subdivision, which includes every house design and where it goes, and all the plans of the houses, and it's one stamp. And then we just box on and build the whole thing. And that way also we get the ability to create a more sense of community, because it's so well master planned with childcare facilities and small residential developments that service the new subdivision. We're actually creating a proper community rather than a over 55 sort of stagnated double income, no kids at home, new house subdivision. So that's one of the areas that we've been working on, and we're well on the track in many areas of Christchurch are doing this process. and the end user, the mums and dads that buy houses are going to have the benefit from that. Has anyone got any questions about parallel construction and parallel consenting? No? Yep. Good. Okay, the next one is recent announcement. Mike Greer Homes has done a joint venture with Spanbuild Holdings. And Spanbuild is the versatile homes and versatile garages and a number of other entities, and they're the proven residential manufacturer in New Zealand. And the JV involves we're building a big factory that produces wall panels, roof panels, and floor panels in a controlled factory environment. They're all the same materials as we currently use on site now, but we're just assembling them in a factory and delivering them to site and standing them up there. The panels are they're insulated, they're clad, and they incorporate the pre-fitting of windows, electrical cable, and plumbing services. So we do all that in a factory. We stick it on an A-frame trailer. We deliver it to site. We crane them into place, and we hook up the services. It takes weather totally out of the issue, so we don't have weather problems, which holds up residential construction in Canterbury a little bit during the winter months. We don't have subcontractors driving from, Hornby to the eastern suburbs. So it speeds everything up and makes everything much more efficient. It also takes out the tightly controlled merchant network that we have in New Zealand. As a factory, we'll be able to buy direct off other manufacturers. And using this high quality, high volume pre-built housing panels, the construction time is saved significantly. The costs are reduced. Ultimately, new housing will be more attainable without compromising quality or design. Innovation like this, it's very hard to deliver in New Zealand, but at the moment we're in such a high volume need that it actually can work here. So just finishing up, anyone got any questions about panelisation? There's quite a big misconception about panelisation. People have this mental picture when they hear the word. They think of a relocatable house getting delivered off the back of a truck to a site. It's nothing like that. The reason that we've gone for the panelised option is we can build anything, because we can build long walls and then we can join the long walls together, and it's a lot more malleable than a relocatable house where you've got constraints about roading widths and power lines and things like that. So the factory's going to be up and running in December, and when we have that operational, we're going to build a couple of really high-end show homes, so people can see how creative we can be with this type of product. So just finishing off, the opportunities are pretty significant in this city for the resi guys. We need vision and passion. We need dedicated partnerships to ensure that delivering the appropriate and accessible market needs. We need to challenge the way we've done things in the past. That will require a lot of collaboration, and it will demand innovation and courage. So that's about all I've got to say. So thank you very much. Sure, there's no questions?
I can imagine, but actually, so what are your thoughts?
Because we're such a small market and we've got such a massive land mass, we're incredibly hard to service. It's very costly to service. So, the size of the market, and the capital cost of doing a lot of innovation is incredibly high. Most residential builders in New Zealand are really undercapitalised, and that's why we rely on this old-fashioned model where a well-funded land developer creates land and then a builder comes in and buys one or two sections, or buys none, or just builds for a client. The rest of the world, the builders and the land developers are the same thing, and they just go in and build all the houses, and then the public come up and take up the stock. Yeah, did that answer it?